Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox and take a close-up look at the Nike Air Max 1 Essential. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a pair of Nike Air Max 1 Essential shoes, and this pair is the men's UK size 9, US 10, Europe 44, Brazil 42, 28 cm, and it's in the black, summit white, Opti Yellow colourway. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by flipping up the box lid to reveal the contents inside. And let's peel back the wrapping paper to reveal the Nike Air Max 1 Essential in the black, summit white, Opti Yellow colourway. Let's lift up the left shoe first and focus on it as we close the box back up and set it to the side, setting it on the left hand side of the tabletop and giving you a look at the shoe. And let's do a 360 rotation so we have that full and initial look of the shoe before we take much closer in looks at its details. So you can see the overall high contrast colorway of the black and yellow upper as well as the white midsole. So now taking a much closer in look at its details, we can see the upper, for the vamp there is mesh for the vamp panel, and there is leather or synthetic leather for the mudguard around the front of the shoe, and there is a very short nap suede panel for the quarter panel or midfoot section. So just giving you a look at the various details that make up the black upper of this Nike Air Max 1 Essential. So suede, mesh, and synthetic leather. You can see the synthetic leather, there is a very fine graining to its texture or surface. And of course we can see the summit white or white full midsole as well. And as we move towards the back part of the shoe, we can see a very bright or Opti Yellow Nike swoosh. And it does have a leather texture to it, might be synthetic leather as well, to go with the synthetic leather mudguard or uppermost panel. So giving you a look at those various details and textures making up the upper of the shoe. And of course towards the heel part we can see the Max Air unit or the airbag for the Nike Air cushioning, and it is Opti Yellow coloured inside. As you can see the details inside of the airbag, and of course we can see right through to the other side. And as we take a look towards the back or heel part of the shoe, once again we see the black and yellow details, and with the Nike Air branding embroidered in Opti Yellow against the black short nap suede panel. And as we look towards the inner side of the shoe, once again the continuation of the suede panels as well as the Opti Yellow details of the Nike swoosh, and of course the airbag or Max Air unit once again in the heel, visible in that midsole section towards the back part of the shoe. And going back towards the front part of the shoe, we see once again that weave of the mesh vamp and the various tonal details or textural details with the smooth black synthetic leather mudguard, and of course once again that suede black panel with that integrated eye stay. And now taking a look from the front or tip or toe of the shoe, so we see that bright yellow rubber sole towards the front. And as we move towards the back, so you can see the details of the shoe along its length. So right there So with the tongue, we can see quite obviously does have that very bright Opti Yellow against black square patch for the tongue patch label. And taking a look around the inside of the shoe, let's pop out the paper stuffing that's inside so we can have a much clearer look at the inside details, and of course the material sticker as well, giving you a look at the composition sticker or materials label that has come off and attached itself to the paper stuffing. But nonetheless, right there, the materials that make up the shoe. And now taking a look around the inside details of the shoe. So with the tongue, very light and thin but puffy, and giving you a look at the tongue label on the back, and of course the lining details as well, as best that we can. And around the inside details of the shoe, blacked out throughout except for the Nike branding or Nike Air branding in Opti Yellow against that black sock liner or insole. And as for the ankle and heel collar padding, it does taper from a narrow front side to the ankle and thickens ever so slightly towards the heel part, where the bowstring or padding is thickest, as you can see, towards the heel collar right there, and it is medium in firmness right throughout. So thin, medium, and then thickens towards the back part. So giving you a look at the overall details around the inside of this Nike Air Max 1 Essential. And now let's take a look at the sole or bottom of the shoe. So you can see that two-tone color with the black and Opti Yellow at the front part of the shoe. So a waffle sole pattern or design, and of course made out of rubber, and we can see the small Nike branding with the large Air towards the heel of the shoe. And to give you some sense of the rubber sole, just dragging my finger along the tread blocks or lugs, and tapping my fingernail on it as well, and of course squeezing the midsole foam as well, so rather firm or stiff. And now let's do a flexibility bend and twist test with my hands, so you have some idea of the shoe's firmness, stiffness, or flexibility. And now just puffing the shoe back in shape. And now let's take a look at the right shoe. So setting the left shoe down and in the background so it doesn't interfere as we bring the box back in frame. And of course, lifting up the wrapping paper and just setting the box back down and to the side again. And now taking a look at the right shoe of this Nike Air Max 1 Essential. And let's do a 360 rotation with this side so you have that quick and initial look of the shoe before we take much closer in looks at its details as well. So now taking a much closer in look at the details of the shoe. So once again, synthetic leather for the mud guard, and then we have the mesh vamp and of course that coarse but short nap suede making up the uppermost panels towards the top parts of the shoe. And of course the overall very high contrast design of the Opti Yellow Nike swoosh with that leather graining, as well as the white and black design of the shoe, so which carries towards the back as well with that embroidered Nike swoosh and Nike Air branding details. And of course that Max Air airbag right there, seeing right through to the other side of the sole. And of course taking a look once again at that tongue patch on this side of the shoe, and of course the inside details. Let's pull out the paper stuffing for that much clearer look around the inside details of the shoe. So once again blacked out throughout pretty much, except for the Nike Air branding on the insole in Opti Yellow. And of course the tongue label as well. I'm giving you a look at the tongue label on this side. And of course the sole of the shoe. So once again, waffle sole with a somewhat aggressive looking design. And of course now let's take a look at the pair together side by side. And from the front to the back. Directly from the back. And the bottoms or soles of the shoes. So that's Nike Air Max 1 Essential. Thanks for watching and happy walking!